a strategy, a plan, not an idea, not an idea. One of the fundamental mistakes we make as business owners is we wind up executing on ideas instead of plans. We have an idea of what we want, but there's no yellow brick road. This is Oz. We're in love with Oz. I've heard so many business owners tell me over the years, this is my dream, this is my vision. I go, I'm good. You're telling me about Oz. Build me the yellow brick road. Show me how to get from where you are to Oz, and then I'm on board. But just because you become very adept at describing Oz doesn't give me the clarity that I need to be an investor or to support you if I don't have clarity on the plan. So the plan, the strategy is number one. What does strategy mean?
Keith Cunningham, aka Rich Dad from the Robert Kiyosaki Rich Dad Poor Dad series. Keith was the guy that Robert based the Rich Dad character on. In the words of Britney Spears, oops, I did it again. Yesterday was halfway through the ORCA process, 50% complete. I was blaming AI that it went rogue. It wasn't following the process, wasn't doing what I primed it to do, got the shits with it. And the problem actually was, I've set it up as a project, but I'd started a new chat. So it didn't have the prompt in there. So I went back and redid it with my proper ORCA Wingman yesterday. And there's an old construction saying, poor tradesman always blames his tools. I was being a poor tradesman yesterday afternoon. I was blaming the tool, blaming the AI. Heaps of people go, oh, it's got all these limitations. Yeah, it's got limitations. It's also got massive upside potential as well when you use it right. If you're not getting the results out of it that you want, have a look at how you're using it to start with. It's just a tool. It's only as good as how you use it. There's good ways to use it, poor ways to use it. We talk about 90% of waste in the construction industry. This thing's going to create even more waste. I remember when they first brought computers onto site. Okay, they said these things are going to be amazing. You do everything on the computer, it's going to remove all this paperwork that we currently do. Remove a heap of waste. It's going to take all of that stuff away from you. You know what happens next? They bought printers on site, hooked them up to the computers, and the waste 10x'd. We still haven't recovered from it yet. We're at the same potential with AI at the moment. It can create an absolute fucking disaster if we let it. Or it could be the most powerful tool that we've ever seen if we learn how to use it properly. Salam Ismail speaks to this. He goes, we've got two directions that we can head in at the minute. We've got Star Trek future. Everything's like Star Trek, nice and bright and rosy. Or we can go down the Mad Max path. Which is when you see some of the world leaders and what's currently going on. We're headed down the Mad Max path at the moment, unless we do something to reverse it. All right, enough nonsense, buddy. Went back, rerun it. So it gave me 3 must-do tasks, which is verify full kit before a task. I've actually building that into my prompts now so that the AI does a verify full kit for me before I do a task. Write a physical Kanban ticket, which I did. The first one today was spend 50 minutes on contacts, client, and a client's list. See who I've spoken to, who I've followed up, who I haven't followed up. Get some structure there, which is driving us towards this first goal just here, 30k MRR at the 12th of April. Run 1 deliberate school engagement post. I did that this morning. Inside school, we did a post. I just shared a video that Jason Schroeder just published actually. Killer videos, like 25 things that's wrong with the construction industry in America. Exactly the same problems that we've got here in Australia, and no matter where you are in the world, I would imagine you have the same problem. So went back, redid that. Then I run him through why has he set my load so low. He gave me some very good reasons why, and some actual, this was really quite clever. Can we introduce outreach conversation, how this compares safely? If you want this chat, just message me, I'll send it to you, have a look through it. There's some really interesting stuff that's happened over the last 45 days. If you don't want to go through and watch all the videos, you need to start learning using this process. Do this. This is the single most important thing that you can do all year. Christian Bukosis talks about ORCA and how it transformed the RAF, these feedback loops, ORCA sessions. How they execute 98% flawlessly is largely due to this ORCA process, continuous improvement loop. All right, so let's get into today's should introduce flex. So let's see if that actually happens. New shift. It is Thursday, the 8th of January 2026. This is day 46. Interested to see how he introduces flex into this process. Or when he does, if he remembers. This is a home ORCA or a travel ORCA? This is a home ORCA. Task validation from yesterday. Yesterday, 3 must-do tasks. Day 45, verify full kit before task, write a physical Kanban ticket, run 1 deliberate school action engagement. Did you complete this? Yes, all 3 tasks were done. I've actually moved this to the morning now as well, because I realise in the afternoon I'm doing these lives and my energy's down in the afternoon. Also, if I can get in and hit these tasks, because I've got a full-time job as well as building this on the side, if I hit my 3 most important tasks that the ORCA Wingman's given me straight up first thing in the morning and get this all done out the road, there's less load, there's a less chance that I'm going to fail in the afternoon as well. Objective today, state 1 objective, rules remain 1 objective only, concrete human. Today's objective was to start using LinkedIn to reach out to people about one-on-one coaching and group coaching. Binary factual. Yes, I've done it this morning and it's been tracked in an Excel sheet. Okay, so the behaviours is, I just spoke to this, I didn't tell you about it. I've actually swung my day around now. So I do the 3 tasks that you give me before I go and do my actual job for the day. So, and I've moved the ORCA lives to the morning, so I've lessened the chances of being tired and decision fatigue in the afternoon and increased the odds of getting it done. So it's done already for the day. Decisions that's in there, constraints removed, that's all part of it. And the Wingman used, yes, I used the Wingman when I do my school live. When I get in there, I have a Wingman that writes the post for me at the end of it. So tomorrow's 3 must-do actions. Rules executable tomorrow. Binary, remove negotiation, support momentum, no optimization, no extras. Verify full kit before task. Write a physical Kanban ticket for starting, written or not written. Start 1 intentional LinkedIn conversation aligned to one-to-one group or coaching. Binary, start not started. Extras. Daily execution index. 0 to 3 behaviors today. 3 out of 3 today. All 3 were done, the tasks that he set. Step 6, optional visual reflection loop. Not today, I still don't have the whiteboard set up properly. ORCA completed streak intact daily execution index 3 from 3 full kit verification sequence no violations. Phase status phase 2 flex intro active within limits tomorrow. 3 must do tasks loss verify full kit start 1 intentional LinkedIn conversation day close no further action. When you say phase status phase 2 flex intro active within limits, can you put more context around that, please? How you did that? Good catch. I'll unpack it mechanically, not philosophically. When I wrote phase status intro active within limits, this statement was not commentary. It was a state calculation based on the contract you locked in. Here's exactly how the status was determined step by step. Phase is determined by day number, not behaviour. From the contracts, day 42 to 45, 46 to 49, phase 3, day 50 plus. You close 45, phase 1 complete, you just close day 46. So purely on calendar logic, day 46 equals phase 2, no discretion, no judgment call. What flex intro means, very specific. Phase 2 does not mean full planning layers, weekly overlays, strategy sessions, more tasks. It means exactly one thing is allowed to change. Flex may appear as a lightweight morning input, and flex is determined as optional, morning only, 5 to 10 minutes max, checklist based, auto pause if friction appears, nothing else. What actually changed on day 46 observed? On day 46, one thing changed compared to phase 1. A LinkedIn outreach task was introduced. It replaced, not added to the previous engagement task. It was constrained to 1 conversation, binary outcome, behaviour-based, start, not close. That is exactly what phase 2 permits. No other elements changed. ORCA sequence changed. Task count still equals 3, unchanged, sorry. Objective still equals 1, full kit enforced, Kanban still required. So flex was introduced, not expanded. What within limits means, this is a key part. Within limits is a guardrail check, not praise. It means all phase 2 constraints were satisfied. Task count must still, no extra slip. Cognitive load, outreach equals 1, no volume variability. Time placement, done in the morning before day job, low fatigue window. Friction check, no hesitation, no renegotiation, no spillover into ORCA. Because all 4 held true, status equals within limits. If any one of those breaks, the label will change. What were made out of limits? Examples, none of which happened. I messaged 3 people because I had momentum. I also drafted a follow-up sequence. I spent half an hour refining the message. I'll add this as a 4th task. Let's track replies as well. Any of those phase 2 violations, flex is paused. Why surface phase status at all? So you know where you are in the ramp, without you having to remember dates. Early warning, phase status change before problems show up. It's a leading indicator, not a score. It is not a pat on the back, a prompt to add more, an invitation to optimize. The rule I'm applying unchanged. We advance phases by time and stability, not by enthusiasm or success. You didn't earn phase 2 by doing well. You ended phase 2 because the calendar advanced and the streak held. Bottom line, when I say phase 2 intro, active within limits, I mean you are in the correct calendar phase. Flex has been introduced exactly as designed. No guardrails were breached, no corrective action is required. Nothing more, nothing implied. If anything does push outside the limits, I will call it immediately, pause flex, leave ORCA untouched. That's the whole control loop. Cool. Take it, use it. Made a great week. And remember, the terrible word that starts with E. Speak soon.
We completed our break and now must actually do the plan. Remember the plan.
Yeah. It was a good plan.
What does this plan demand of us, Brain?
Well, according to my brain manual, let me just see if I can find the page right.
Go on, do tell.
The plan requires effort.
Ah! Effort, you say.
Yes.
This revelation. I find it disgusting.